Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Victoria Scott. I'm here at Fit Club in Las Vegas, and today we're training lower body, primarily hamstrings and glutes. Ow, ow, ow. Get me out of this thing. I'm so annoyed, I want to do more. Oh shit, she might do that again. I'm just getting into my warm-up sets here on the lying leg curl machine. I actually don't know what my warm-up weight is because usually I do this exercise with Andy when I train with him, but he just picks the weight and I do it. But right now I'm aiming for about 10, maybe 15 reps, feeling it out, seeing how my body feels. I think this is 70 pounds right now, so it's still warm-up weight for me. I could probably do another, I'm gonna guess 50 pounds. We're gonna see. Usually for my first exercise, it's like somewhere between 2 to 4 warm-up sets. It can be a lot, especially starting very cold. And then I'll do 2 hard working sets to failure. So primarily hamstrings today, which I love training hamstrings. I've got 4 exercises planned, maybe a 5th that I might do toward the end. We'll see how I feel. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, warm up. Still warm up. A little swole, a little pumped right now from my last leg workout, but overall pretty good. So I got some glute striations. I don't know exactly what weight I typically do on this. I'm also pretty fresh, so I probably can go a little bit heavier. I said it's to 80 pounds, which could be heavy, could be light. I don't know, we're gonna find out. If it's too light, I'm gonna stop and bump it up. And if it's right, I'm gonna keep going and do a myo rep set. So myo rep set is basically, you're gonna aim for roughly 15 up to 20 reps. Rest, take a couple of breaths, so like 3 deep breaths, and then you're gonna go again. You do about half of what you did the first time. So it could be 7 to 10 reps. Take a couple breaths, rest, and then do another like half of that, which would be like 3 to 4 reps, basically to failure. At first it seems kind of easy, and then as you get further along, it's really hard. All right, that was it. That was hard. I got 15 reps, 6. I did like partials for 2, and then 3 reps and like 1 partial. So that was a good working set. I'm gonna rest for about 2 minutes here and then attempt one more time. So because in that last one, on the second and third section of the myo rep, I couldn't quite get full range, and I do want to get that full range. So I went ahead and dropped the weight down 1 plate. I'm gonna be fatigued at this point too. We're gonna aim for 15, 8, 4. I always like to be on the higher end of the range. We'll see. If I can't get full range, I'll just do the partials at the lower half, which is still very effective for hypertrophy. It's all about getting your body to a place where it's challenged enough to have to change. Like, oh shit, she might do that again. That's really what's gonna get the body to change. And any given day, you might feel stronger or weaker, especially as women, depending on your cycle. You might have a week where you feel stronger or weaker. Your body responds to the contrast, not, okay, if she didn't do this weight, then nothing's gonna happen. No, it's all about pushing your body past that threshold of whatever that is for you right now. Sometimes it means if you want to get that full range, you have to back off on the weight just a tiny bit to get that full range of motion and that full connection. Feel pretty good. We're gonna go again. Fuck. Fuck. Fuck, that was hard. My heart rate's up. I am more fatigued. I got 12, so I went to 6 and then 3. I'm not gonna lie, a little disappointed in that. I haven't been doing this machine. I was talking to Jared actually about this when I filmed for the RP channel over the weekend. I have been doing the seated leg curl machine, still a hamstring exercise, but your body adapts to whatever machine that you are using. So I would say for the past almost 2 months, I've been on the seated hamstring machine. I know for a fact I can do 20 reps at that weight. So just goes to show you my body got weaker on this machine. It's also why it's so great to have a variety of equipment available to you so you can challenge your body even on different machines. All right. Rest, and then next exercise is going to be Nordic curls, which are a favorite, but I got some work to do to get my strength back up. I'm gonna do 6, I think. This is like kind of very similar to doing like a heavy compound move when you're trying to build strength. It's usually best to aim for lower reps. So like if you're doing squats, trying to build strength, you'd be in that lower like 4 to 6 rep range. Same thing with heavy deadlifts. And then this with their body weight movement, it's like pull-ups also, I would do 4 to 6 reps, building up your strength first. Eventually my goal is to get to 10 reps where I can go all the way down, which the eccentric is the hardest part. But by the time you get down there, you're so fatigued that pulling yourself back up is very difficult. So I think the most that I did last summer when I was doing these regularly was 8 reps. So I'd like to get to 10. Right now I got 3. It's a work in progress. Body weight movements are very difficult, so it's a great thing to build up your strength with and try to just challenge yourself in a different way. This exercise in particular is usually difficult for men and also people who have heavier up top or very tall because the pivot point is your knees. And so the more weight that's up here or the taller you are, the heavier it feels as you go down. Versus if you're a more petite person or somebody like I do have much stronger legs, more muscle down here, it does start to make it a little easier. So I'm kind of in the middle. I do have a lot of muscle upper body. I'm not necessarily a short girl. I'm not 5'10". I wish I was. Just building up that strength in the hamstrings. I think I build a lot of strength doing these when I do those lying leg curls. I do a lot of very, very slow eccentric, a lot of drop sets. And I think that's what's helped me build up my hamstring strength so that I can get really strong on these very quickly. And also RDLs are definitely a stronger point for me. And I think it's just from a lot of years of doing lying leg curls and a lot of reps of those. Ow. Get me out of this thing. Ow. I'm so annoyed. I want to do more. So we are moving on to RDLs, and we're doing a more glute focused version. So we're sort of shifting gears now to being hams and glutes. My hamstrings are pretty fried. So first things first, if you guys don't use any sort of lifting strap, I use VersaGrips. It's just a brand that I like. I've used it for probably over 10 years. Frankly, these last forever. Not benefiting in any way, just sharing. These are really critical because I lose grip strength before I lose lower body strength every time. I use these also for back exercises when I'm doing pull downs. I actually even use this when I'm doing like lateral raises, so I don't have to grip the dumbbell as hard. Basically, when your grip fails, you compromise like what you could be doing for that muscle group. So these are helpful. Because the camera guy selected my weight today, I wouldn't say this is a warm-up weight for me. It's kind of a medium weight. My heaviest on RDLs this year has been 245 for about 8 to 10 reps. This is 135, is half of that. I'm going to start by just doing 4 to 6 reps here to feel it out, make sure everything feels good. Add a little bit on, do the other 4 to 6 reps, and then I'll attempt 200 plus. We'll see how it goes. Hey, that was good. still feels heavy. So it's Valentine's Day. I did a post today, self-love, loving yourself through all versions of you. And a lot of women get afraid of lifting weights because they don't look bulky or be considered manly or it's not feminine. And of course, I had a hater post something about my extensions. Yes, I wear extensions, and saying that my photos are filtered. So I'm gonna slap some photos up that are not filtered. My photo was not filtered, by the way. Color correction, yes, because you know, you gotta fix the lighting. But there's no face filters or anything modified for my face in that image. But it's just so crazy because there's always some lady behind, no profile pic, no followers, no posts, who has something negative to say. And to that I say, bless and release. All right, second set, we're gonna do 4 to 6 reps. That felt good. I feel that all in my glutes, just what I was wanting. I'm out of breath. So when you are doing these and you're trying to make them a little more glute focused, the key, couple keys, is to make sure that your legs are not locked. You want a little of a bend. So it's not a squat bend and it's not a soft bend. It's just kind of a slight bend. I don't know if that's a thing. Right about there. And then once you're here, you stay here. There's no additional knee movement from this place. And then what you want to do is shift the hips back. So it's a hinge, right? When I get all the way back from the furthest back spot, you want to lift your hips up to the back, upper back corner. Feels like you're kind of lifting your butt up to the sky. It's kind of like all the way back. It's as far back as I can go. And then it's like a lift to get down. And from the bottom place, you'll notice I pause for a bottom. There's no bouncing. It's not like a rush. I pause. And then I use the glutes and the hamstrings to pull myself up. All right, so we're gonna go heavier. We're gonna go 225. I stopped short. I want to go up one more. Ooh, I'm losing my grip, fuck. My hands are oily. That was good though. I'm excited to get back to these. I haven't been doing heavy RDLs consistently for a while, so I'm excited to bring these back into my program this month and into March and see how strong I can get on these. Heart rate is 160. I'm gonna move on to a step up. I think a more common phrase going around right now with fitness experts, coaches, is actually step down, which I think is a more accurate way to describe what we're trying to accomplish here, specifically for focusing on glutes. So if I was to make up my own glossary, I would think of a step up as more of a quad focused movement. So where you're putting your foot onto a step, the thigh is parallel to the floor, 90 degrees, and you're basically using your quad to push your body up. With making it more glute focused, it's better to think of it as, first of all, you're going to get the foot up even higher, so there's more knee flexion here. It's a smaller angle, and which lengthens the glutes. You can see it's stretched and bigger than if it was here. And from the lengthened position, controlling your body as you're going down. So the glute is lengthened and you are contracting it and lowering your body down, creating an even deeper stretch. So I think thinking of a step down is more glute focused and a step up is more quad focused. I'm using one of these. These are really common to find in like CrossFit and powerlifting gyms. If you wouldn't have this available, you could just use a regular bench to start with, or some stairs around your house, just something where you can see how my thigh is at a deeper angle. So you're pushing the depth away, bringing your body up, and then as you're sort of hinged forward, you're lowering down, trying not to hold on to this too much. And then you're trying to not push off that back foot. So you're really pressing the block or the step away from you. And then using the glute contracted really hard to come up and then controlling on the way down. So it's not like a drop. You want to control the whole way down. This is difficult for me. So unless you are extremely strong, you don't need to be holding 10 or 20 or 30 pound dumbbells. Just focusing on controlling this and slowing down the lowering part should be difficult enough. And I'm just gonna do about 8 to 12 on each side. Really contracting the glute. I actually don't lock my knee out at the top either. Keep the tension on the glute. And then control, control, control. Switch sides. If you need to, if you're out of breath, because that will make you out of breath, if you need to rest like 30 to 60 seconds in between legs, that's totally fine also. I'm gonna go right into it. So being next to a wall or a pole like this is really just to kind of lightly touch it to help you with your balance. You shouldn't be pulling on it. And the last thing that I'm really mindful of is the knee kind of wants to go inward if the glute is weak. So you're pulling the knee open, slowly stepping down. Ow. This is what cardio equipment is really for. Resting in between sets, questioning my life choices. So my glutes are quite strong. Brad and I were just talking about this. So with just doing body weight, the hardest part of that exercise for me is not the muscle aspect. For you, it could be different. The hardest part is the balancing of it and then some other weaker parts of my body. So from that perspective, what will improve is my balance. And like I noticed like my shins are getting fatigued from like that angle. So those will get stronger, but it's unlikely that that right there is going to help significantly for me with hypertrophy right now, unless I add weight. But I think if I add weight on this particular setup, my whole balance will just be off. So strategically, it would be better, and it could be better for you as well. If you don't want to work on that balance, stability, and those like supporting muscle around the area, it's a good thing to work those, but you have to ask yourself like, what is my objective right now? You can have a training block where you want to work on those things. Great. But if you're saying, hey, I want to see muscle hypertrophy, a better setup, which I also like to do, would be a Smith machine version of that, where you can have that bar to help you with balance and you can load the weights and you can really overload the muscle. Or another version I like to do would be like a single leg hack squat, would be kind of a very similar movement pattern that you can really load the muscle. But because it's a machine, you're not worried about stability and anything else. It's not right or wrong. It's also why I don't like a lot of, what are they called? I call them the triple axel plie squat split jumps. Like all the combo moves, they look fancy, they might be entertaining, but at the end of the day, they're not good for hypertrophy. And if you're a woman over 40, I'll tell you right now, those combo moves are not serving you, and time is of the essence. So if you need to build muscle, you need to be doing everything to build muscle and like scrap that other stuff. So I'm gonna do one more set of those just to finish out that set. And I think I wanna do one more exercise to really isolate the glutes and burn them out. Blood flow. So I wanted to do one more exercise just to really burn out the glutes. I haven't done anything lateral, so I'm gonna do the abduction here. I'm using these pads to fill in the space so I can get more range of motion. I'm gonna do just 2 double drop sets. I'm already very warmed up, so I'm just gonna dive right into the working sets. It's gonna be 10 reps, drop the weight, 10 reps, drop the weight, 10 reps. That should take me to failure, and then rest for about 2 minutes, and I'm gonna do one more time. Ow. Hey, case you're wondering, you might see me from time to time. I do touch the muscle that I'm working. That isn't because I'm trying to grab my own ass. It is because you actually do get better mind-muscle connection when you physically can touch and or see the muscle that you're working. So it's really not vain to be looking at yourself in the mirror when you're doing an exercise, because it really does help you get better connection. You should be really thinking about isolating that body part. So when I'm doing this, I'm really doing my best to just make my glute do the work and not pushing out with my legs as much as opening at the hip joint, right? So the hip joint is here, right? So we're twisting here to open up. And of course, there's going to be some force coming from your legs. It's not something that you can actually like visually see. It happens more in your mind, but you can feel it when you switch gears and you really think about opening from here. You will feel the intensity just go way up. And that just takes discipline. You can't have a trainer standing over you telling you to do that. You have to force your body to do it yourself. Just watch. When you have that discipline, make it hard. Your growth, whatever you're trying to grow, glutes or whatever, will skyrocket. All right, so I'm gonna take one more minute and do one more set. My glutes and hams are fried. I'm gonna go up one notch. Ow. Oh, the blood flow. Oh my God. You know, I did this to myself today. All right, you guys, that is it for today's workout. It is time to go. I gotta go eat, got some appointments to get to, but thanks for joining me for this workout. Go ahead and comment below if you have any questions and what you guys wanna see next time.